I hope you have been preparing with full swing. I am here to give some tips for last 30 days preparation. Right? Before I suggest some tips, first question yourself how much portion you have covered so far. Is it 20%? Is it 40%? Or is it 60%? Or is it 80% and above? Right? First, you just check yourself that how much portion you have covered and have an idea on that. Based on that, you can plan for next 30 days. Okay? Suppose if it is, if your preparation is done with 80% and above, that is 80% or 90%, 100%, well and good. If it is 100%, if it is 90% also well and good. If it is 80% also well and good. If it is above 80%, you better don't go for any new topics for next 30 days. You go for just revision and write one model exam every week. On every Sunday, you write one model exam for 3 hours. Sit for 3 hours. Don't come out of the exam hall before 3 hours. Spend 3 hours completely and write the complete exam, complete model exam, and check yourself that where you are scoring better, where you are not scoring better. That means check your strengths and weaknesses during that exam, so that you start overcoming those weaknesses. You start strengthening your strengths and start overcoming the weaknesses, and at the end of the 4 weeks you will be perfect on your preparation. So what to do, what not to do, and you will also come to know that the mistakes generally the students do during the exam hall. You just go with a mindset that it is the real exam. So be with the same tension, be with the same attitude, and thinking that it is a real exam and write that real exam. Then you will come to know that what kind of silly mistakes you do during the exam hall also. Right? You have a glance on it and daily just revise the topics. That's it. Don't go for any new topics if you are done with 80% preparation, because that 80% preparation itself requires 30 days to revise all the topics. Okay? Suppose if you are done with 60% preparation, then along with the revision you may cover at least another 5% or 5 to 10% of the new subjects also. So along with the 60%, try to cover another 5 to 10% of the new subjects and new topics, and simultaneously you keep revising all these 60% subject or the topics you have covered so far. Right? If it is 40%, so the same scenario, so you start revising this 40%, along with you try to cover at least another 10% of the subject. Okay, in 1 month you can't cover more than that. So don't be hurry and don't try to cover more and more topics, because GATE does not test you that how many topics you covered. It tests that how you are strong at a particular subject. Okay, while you are preparing for a particular subject also, you better complete that subject completely. That means once you have started with one subject, that should be the 100%. Okay, if you have done the preparation for computer organization, means that should be 100%. Networks means that should be for 100%. Right? Electronic devices means that should be for 100%. Don't leave any subject with 90% preparation, because you know that for each subject we will see that 4 to 6% weightage in GATE. If you leave a 10% off in particular subject, you may see questions from the 10% only. If you start preparing a particular subject, you better complete 100% in that subject and go for the next subject. That should be the right way of preparing for GATE. Right? So if you are with 40% also, you better try to cover another 10%. And if you are with 20%, actually all is over as by now. So with if you are done with just 20% preparation, so obviously unfortunately to say, you are out of the exam, you are out of the competition. Right? So all these people, whoever are done well already, whoever have covered these percentages, always write every week one model GATE exam, that is for 3 hours. Okay? You just write it for 3 hours exam. Okay? So, and check your strengths and weaknesses. That means where you are doing the mistakes. Okay? And how you are doing the mistakes and where you are scoring well. All these things you need to check before you are appearing for the actual exam, the real exam. Okay, and this is another thing that is helpful for you. Write all the formulas on sticky papers and stick them onto the wall. Stick them onto the wall so that while you are moving here and there in your room, you can have a look over the wall and you just can have a glance on your formulas, because the gate is all for remembering so many formulas, right, and applying them on correct concept and correct way. So in that case, those remembering all these formulas and with a clarity, no formulas should be overlapped. So in that case, you should have a revision every day on all the formulas. So you better write all the formulas on the papers and stick onto the walls and here and there while you are moving. So you just have a glance on them, right? And coming to the preparation, as we know that general ability has got 15% weightage and engineering maths got 15% weightage. So you better don't leave these two topics, because almost 30% weightage we see for general ability and maths, right? So for general ability section, whatever you have done, it does not matter actually, but always you better spend at least 1 hour for every 2 days. Every 2 days just spend 1 or 2 hours on general ability. The same with maths also. At least spend 1 or 2 hours or maybe 3 hours for every 2 days on maths also for your revision. Probably I am assuming that you are done with these two topics also. Then nothing to do with general ability actually. I hope you are done with the preparation of maths also. In that case, you can spend at least 1 to 2 hours or 3 hours on maths for every 2 days until you write the exam. And every day revise all the topics. It's not that I am preparing a particular subject today. It does not mean that only I concentrate on that. So meanwhile, you should recollect, you should revise the formulas from other subjects also. Okay, you should revise the concepts from other subjects also. Right? So try to revise 2 subjects every day. Okay, maybe 4 hours on one subject, 4 hours on one subject, and next day 4 hours on one subject, 4 hours on one subject. So like that in 1 week, so entire syllabus should be covered, whatever you have done so far. So that entire syllabus should be covered in every week. And whatever you have done today, these 2 subjects, while you are preparing some other 2 subjects tomorrow, you better have a glance on again these 2 subjects. That means at least spend half an hour to revise these again. And next day, whatever you have done for last 2 days, again spend some time on last 2 days topics. So that should be the way. Revising, keep on revising. So while traveling, while walking, while bathing, everywhere, okay, no place is a constraint for revision, for gate preparation. Okay, I hope you agree with me, right? So don't leave any subject with partial preparation. I told you, right? So better not to leave any subject with 90% preparation, 80% preparation. If you want to leave a particular subject, leave that completely. But if you are preparing a particular subject, means better try to complete that preparation with 100%. It means that you should be able to answer any type of question from that subject. That should be the way of preparation. Okay, don't leave any subject with partial preparation. I hope it is helpful for you. So all the best and do well, and don't do any mistakes. You don't need to be hurry. Okay, so you don't need to cover all the topics also. Gate does not expect that. So you try to revise the subjects you have covered so far. Try to revise those topics and try to answer 100% from those topics and from those subjects. That means you should be able to answer any type of question from that particular subject that you have prepared. Okay, so all the best.